Hello everybody and welcome to the GKaiser Age. This is Lucian GKaiser and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Hi-MetalR VF-1J Macross Valkyrie from Macross Super Dimensional Fortress. This of course is the Hikaru original version from the TV show. And this high metal version is a fantastic figure. We're going to take a quick look at it. I've done some of the other high metals in the past, so this is just going to be a quick view and review. Most of it's going to be pictures that I've taken of it, and then a few scenes with me just holding the figure itself so you can get a good feel for the size and everything. So let's get started. GKaiser Age launching. Alright, so here we have the Hi-MetalR VF-1J. It's one of the older Bandai Hi-MetalRs that they brought out back in, I do believe it was 2016 for this guy. But it's an actually pretty fantastic Hi-MetalR. And as you can see, it has all the same detail as the other Hi-MetalR Valkyrie figures. Just molded in the Hikaru white with the red trimming. And we'll go ahead and move the arm so you can see that nice red trim on there. Now I toned down my camera and my lights just a bit because the white is like extremely bright with the wrong kind of exposure, so you can barely see any detail, but it is a very nice solid white. It comes, of course, with the filler piece, like all the other Hi-MetalRs, and I love that because a lot of the older Valkyrie figures, this part was always open. You had nothing in here, and it just looked really terrible. So I'm glad that they included that in there. Now I'm filming this today on my new camera, and it was one of the reasons why I am doing this particular figure before anything else. I am actually finishing up the writing of the script for the next Macross lore video, so definitely check that out. But as you can see, this figure has all the same posability as the previous Hi-MetalRs. So definitely no difference there, and all the new ones have the same type of posability and flexibility with the arms. The legs the same. You have the hinge right there for when you're in Gerwalk mode. A little bend there. Then the feet, of course. If my camera wants to focus on them. There we go. The center of this camera is just a little bit off from what I'm normally used to, so I'm working with it though. As you can see, you've got the Hi-MetalR style feet where the front flange can move at an angle, so when you're standing them up, it gives you that nice posability so it doesn't fall over. And then of course the head, the usual nice pivot on that. Got some rotation. It can rotate around, but I'm not going to do that because it's difficult to move it around that way. And up, and then you got down and forward. You can get a little bit more forward because you can push it up like that away from the panel. So you can almost pretend like the cockpit's opening up to let the pilot out. Be kind of nice if they gave us something to emulate that. Then we'll go around to the back here, so you can see the backpack with the nicely detailed thrusters. And as you can see, I've got the Hi-MetalR style specialty anime wings. So they're shorter than the normal wings, so that way they don't get in the way when it's actually in Batroid mode. And then you can just pull them out and swap them with some of the other wings, just like on some of my other reviews that I've done. You can see that in action on those. But yep, that is the Batroid mode. Very cool, and as you can see, holds the gun very nicely without any issues. You can easily move it to get into any of the gun poses from the show. So you can get that classic Macross Valkyrie engaging the enemy with its gun pod. That makes it pretty awesome. Alright, so now I'm not going to bother doing a transformation on this video. We're just going to go ahead and cut right over to the Guardian mode next. But before that, I'm going to show you some pictures of the Valkyrie. Alright, so here we have the Gerwalk mode, and I have to say again, with all the other Hi-MetalRs that I've purchased, this one does not fail to impress in any of its modes. And the Gerwalk is of course very well done. With the posability of the legs, you can pretty much get it in almost any pose, and the arms of course work well with that. The balance on it is excellent. That's just with me fiddling with it without even trying to be perfect with sitting it down. So you can just tell right off the bat, you can rebalance everything. You can move the legs around and just get it any way, shape, or form that you like. You can raise it up a little bit if you want, and it still stands. Without trying to be a perfectionist on it. And of course, with the adjustability of the legs here, you have the arms that can move, and you have these little panels on the arms right here that fit into these nice little groove areas. So if you need more room or movement for the arms, you have that available. But otherwise, it is just fantastically well done. Not much more to say about that. And of course, you have the swing wings. Plenty of clearance for those. Now I put the ones on. It comes with two pairs of wings for the full-sized actual wings. So this pair is the one that actually has the missile hard points. I usually leave those on because it's just a pain to swap them out, unless you're filming it from underneath or directly from the front. You really can't see them because they made those peg holes nice and small, so that way they don't get into the view of any picture taking that you might take, depending on the angle of the figure, of course. But really love this, very solid. I love the leg mechanics and the way they set it up. Makes it very nice and very neat on this figure. All the detailing, the markings, just everything is fantastic. I mean, if you can find one of these guys, definitely pick it up. I actually got this one, surprisingly enough. I saw it on Hobby Link Japan for a short time, but by the time my paycheck came in and I could get it, it was gone. And then I found it on eBay for or not eBay, sorry, Amazon. You can also find them on eBay too, but I found it on Amazon for a real killer of a deal. Only $69.99. It was free Amazon Prime shipping, so I got it in like 3 business days. So that was actually a pretty good deal. So definitely keep an eye out if you can find this one. Definitely worth it. But let's go ahead and get him transformed. Alright, and here we have the fighter mode. And once again, like I said for all the other modes, this one is fantastic as well. It just captures the sleek aesthetic of the figure and the actual mecha from the show in its fighter mode absolutely perfectly. All the details are there, panel lining, everything. And you can see the exhaust detail in there once again. And I've got the, of course, TV style missiles on the wings there. And you can see it comes with the adapter right here. So that way that you can attach it to any of these Action 5 or Action stands that I got. They're Bandai Tamashii Nation Action stands. So they're Act 5 stands. Love them to death. They are great. But overall, this is just an excellent figure, just like the other Hi-MetalRs. Now, you do want to make sure that if you're going to purchase this, do make sure that you are definitely purchasing the Hi-MetalR version, not the regular Hi-Metal ones, because the older Hi-Metals are not as good a quality as these. They're not terrible, but they're definitely nowhere good mechanically or quality-wise as these new Hi-MetalRs. So I'm going to leave the video off at this point. I'm going to show off some more pictures of the figure in its different configurations with a few special surprises in there. But otherwise, this is definitely an excellent figure. If you can pick it up on Amazon or Hobby Link Japan or eBay, I definitely recommend doing it. And any of the other Hi-MetalRs that you might be interested in. Some of them though are very expensive. Very expensive. If you want like the VF-1S with the armor packs, people are trying to sell that thing for $300 on Amazon and eBay. I can guarantee it's not worth that much. They just re-released the Do You Remember Love VF-1A with the super packs, which in fact, just as a little special, I actually have that one. I got it from Hobby Link Japan as a special pre-order. So just a quick little view of that. This guy is excellent, and the armor packs do work on the VF-1A. I'll be showing some pictures of that. And of course the missile pods and everything are interchangeable too. So it's just a great collection to have. They're not that expensive, you know, on average about $100 to $80 depending on the one that you get. And if you can catch them when they're first being released, you can get them for a really good price. Definitely haunt, of course, Hobby Link Japan. You can try some of the other Japanese shopping websites too, where you can get stuff purchased in Japan and then shipped to you. So you might be able to find them for a good price on there. But again, this is Lucian GKaiser from the GKaiser Age. If you like what you see here, definitely give it a like. Please leave some comments if you like to know some more about these Hi-MetalR figures, or if you just love the way this looks and like this review. Also, make sure you throw this into your favorites. Also, make sure you mention it to your friends, share it on all your social medias. Definitely check out mine. I have a Facebook page, the GKaiser Age Facebook page. I also have a Twitter that will also be linked below, and a Twitch channel where I do stream every once in a while. I'll be getting a stream schedule up eventually at some point, so that way you guys will know what I'm streaming and when I'm streaming it. But again, this is Lucian GKaiser signing out until the next Macross battle.